I'm Aiden, the new history chair for Unami Lodge.
And I'm Jason, the first vice chief for Unami Lodge.
And this is the Cedar Log. Welcome to a special episode of the Cedar Log. Jason, do you know what makes today special?
I sure do. It's Unami's and the Order of the Arrow's 107th birthday.
Exactly. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what that means?
Of course. 107 years ago, Unami Lodge 1 and the Order of the Arrow were founded at Treasure Island Camp in the summer of 1915 by Dr. E. Erner Goodman and Carol A. Edson to recognize campers and staff members for dedication and service beyond the responsibility of their positions. In that first year, 27 members were inducted to the Order. And now, 107 years later, the OA has grown to a strong group of thousands of scouts and scouters dedicated to serving scouting around the country.
That's awesome. Today, on this special occasion, we wanted to look back on the year Unami had.
It was an excellent year for the Lodge, and we have some numbers to help show what a great year it has been. In 2021, we had 6 brothers keep their vigil. 88 airmen sealed their bond of brotherhood. 553 hours were spent remodeling the Hart ceremonial grounds. $8,000 was donated in support of the Brenner Lodge project. 92 members of Unami attended conclave. 223 New Ordeal members were inducted. 12,111 service hours were conducted by the Lodge, and best yet, the Lodge grew in membership by a whopping 20.24%.
Wow, that is a great year, but that doesn't cover the first half of 2022. In 2022, we had Spring Service 1, and we had 194 brothers check in. Spring Service 2, we had 151 brothers check in. And in Conclave 2022, we had 84 contingent members.
That's amazing. Aiden, would you like to give a State of the History Committee report?
Sure thing. The committee is excited to announce that we're working on 3 major projects. We are working on an updated history of Resica Falls for its 65th anniversary. We are working on a history of Catholic Scouting and a history of Jewish Scouting in Cradle of Liberty Council. We now have the Scouting Historical Legacy Fund, which is a fund solely for the History Committee, and our efforts to preserve local scouting history. To donate to this fund, please visit the Lodge Square store or contact us at history@unamilodge.org.
Thank you, Aiden. The History Committee would also like to announce that we are going to NOAC. One of our advisors, Reese Wallace, is going to be on the GEO staff. That's the museum, for those who don't know. And the committee is going to be at the Lodge's Ignite booth with a display and a live recording of this podcast.
We will also be giving out copies of Unami Lodge's 100th anniversary history book at the booth, so be sure to stop by.
Reese, would you like to have an advisor's minute for this episode?
Yes, Jason, thank you. I would like to thank everyone that supports the History Committee and Unami Lodge 1. Without all of you, everything from our social media posts to our pop-up displays to our podcast would simply not be possible. It is your support that allows us to keep both a physical and digital archive of treasures such as council yearbooks from the 1910s and thousands of photo slides. I encourage everyone to continue to support us, be it through direct donations to the Scouting Historical Legacy Fund or through purchases of our flag or patch.
Thank you, Reese. With that being said, that is a wrap for this episode of the Cedar Log. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday for next episode covering the history of Delmont 43.
The Cedar Log is a production of the Unami Lodge History Committee. Hosted by Aiden and Jason, video by Luke and Reese, audio editing by Luke, and script by Jason and Reese.